This is Ruben Kushbach, who changed his name from Rivas, like my brother did, who grew up with Gilbert Nathaniel Ortiz. And so he said, this is too Catholic. This is too much colonialization. And so he changed his name to his original Acoma name, Dochi Gilbert. So if you ever see him, he's, make sure you call him, Huanzi, Dochi, how are you, Dochi? Are you well? Ruben is a guardian of all life, and he's up the Tohono O'odham people. And he said, I started writing poetry as an expression of trauma I was exposed to as a young O'odham male. Poetry has carried me through every phase of my life thus far, and I know I will continue to write. The path I've been on has manifested from very many different words, yet I've been blessed blessed to be alive and to be where I am today in my life. I am always grateful to work with such talented individuals who I admire. I feel creative thought will create solutions needed in Native America. And he adds, love of my people equals love of all Native peoples of all tribes. Please, let's welcome Ruben.
Thanks, Simon. So I'm going to make it quick so we can get done. First poem I'm going to read, kind of one of my favorites because it makes me think about what I think. And I did a sample when I was at ASU with 25 students, and I simply asked them, what do you think about when you think of a rainbow? And about 22 of them said the Lucky Charm guy, you know, the pot of gold and that kind of thing, and only 2 out of or 3 out of the whole 25 knew their tribal identity of a rainbow. And then I thought about the way that that natives perceive love or relationships, and young women, and where they get their ideas of that. Is it from Disney movies or, you know, Twilight? What? But these ideas come from somewhere outside ourselves. The whole pot of gold thing is an Irish thing, and that's overseas. It doesn't come from here. But that was the first thing these people thought of when we talked about a rainbow. So simply caught before. I turned rainbows to dust so you could have your pot of gold, so you could see thoughts before the weight and time of gold. Perhaps you're dreaming of nothing to make your life mean something. Perhaps you're dreaming of complete assimilation as the conquered eventually are supposed to. Praying for the wings of Christ to justify your dishonorable quest as you become the civil Indian in uncivilized eyes. Reaching from dominant dreams that violate my own demise, while I push philosophies of my ancestors further and further from whom I am. I don't care, not for me, not for you. Remember, I dream of nothing to make my life mean something. I'm dreaming of complete assimilation so I could be civilized. Yet how do I live made up of nothing and so far removed from the savagery I was taught that was my ancestors? My heart hurts, filled with disgust of the eyes I see with. I can no longer dishonor those who lived in the time of the American Holocaust. I can no longer kill my ancestors with thoughts that are not mine. And so I dream to make their life mean something. Beneath boarding school basements, the philosophies of our people were practiced. In the corner of slave camps, our culture was kept alive in secret to carry on the life form that makes up everything that is us, we, together. In it is from this strength that I am able to walk my path, that I'm able to decipher reality from fantasy, for my connection to Mother Earth derives from my people's philosophies, not a book. I'm here to take the barbed wire off a very so-called reservation, off of the concentration camps that have entrapped your heart, mind, body, and spirit for so long, and has given haste to everything that we've always known to be good, to free your mind of churches into ways that never belonged to you. Creator has given me sunlight to live today. Take your justified killing sins to the killing God of Christ, to the God that has killed my people not once, but twice. I am tired of the lies that have made up Native America since the bullshit discoverer washed upon India. I will hold the ways of my people high and honor the great people I come from. My ancestors didn't give this time a name. I was only told that I belong here and that we will build beautiful things together. So long as I dream beyond the rainbows of gold, I will always know my own strength and the courage that my people never sowed. Together we will restore the true beauty of Creator's rainbow and how we live upon Mother Earth, away from other people's stories and their greed of gold. Okay, this one I wrote. I wanted to go to a sweat ceremony and I couldn't go. And so I wrote about it, but just an experience of a simple ceremony. It's called Who I Am. The elder lights the tobacco and offering and passes me the sacred pipe of those before us. I blow smoke to the four directions like those before me. The elder sings me a sacred song, blessing me for my journey. For I am scared, but without fear, but only for those I will leave behind. The rattle's rhythm raises higher, and the elder throws more cedar on the fire. Smoke rises along with the beat of my heart. Pride empties out everything in my spirit. Tears run down my painted face as the old ones gather around me, flooding me with complete pride of who I am. Still the rattle's rhythm rises, and the elder throws more cedar on the fire. And with it, the Great Spirit shows me traces of the old one's long walk in the sun of new days, bestowing me gifts to suit my purpose. I am nothing but grateful to be alive, to have been given this elder as my guide, to feel the pride and strength of the old ones defy the white man's lies of who I am. The rattle slows down to the sacred song's end, and I taste tobacco and cedar fresh. The old ones take their leave to yesterday, leaving me with pride and freedom once taken by the lies of churches and teachers. The elder sets his rattle down, he throws more cedar on the fire, and again lights the sacred pipe. He blows smoke to the four directions, then hands me the pipe. Nothing more is said. I breathe the tobacco smoke in deep into my lungs, no longer afraid nor ashamed to be who I am, in my own country, an Aboriginal man. Okay, so now I work for the Topawa Nation's Environmental Protection Office. I went to school for it. That's what I wanted to do, was work with the environment. And recently, there was EPA had a contractor, and we're working on a closed gold mine. And the contractor somehow released contaminants into the Snake River. And I wanted to write a letter on the behalf of the Topawa to support the Navajo in this time, to show them that we sympathize with them, that we supported them. But I couldn't write the letter. I tried to write the letter, and every time I tried to write the letter, it just seemed really futile, because it didn't seem, what good is this letter going to do for that river and everything that lives on that river? And I couldn't see past like the first line, I sympathize with you. And then I started thinking about, for me, I'm supposed to be this educated Native American, I have a degree, but what good did that do? Anything on that river, people, anybody near there? So anyway, I wrote this poem kind of in that light, because for me, I believe that we are stewards of the land, especially the O'odham. We've always been stewards of the land. We took care of the land. We have balance with the land and everything in it. everything on it. It wasn't just about human beings, it was about all life, everything, everything. So I call it educated. The poem's called Educated. Arrogance emits from contaminated words with apologetic letters, advancing a mystical plume of eloquent excuses to entertain the resistant, violating rock, soil, sand, dust, and all connected to earthly life. Tattered and defeated, my degree floats helpless in the yellowish rhetoric of a gold mine. Deception fills the thousandth generation of mirrors with the illusion of I, me, mine. Cowardly, my degree floats helpless in the yellowish rhetoric of a gold mine. Hungry is all that feed on the snake. Even now, their mouths continue to fill with old metals fresh from our Mother Earth's bowels. Choking on the brilliance of greed, the hungry clearly see my degree float helpless in the yellowish rhetoric of all gold mines. Thirsty is all life that lived with snake. Today's snake cannot share the bounty of life. Today's snake is sick. Today's snake and all life upon it, all life in it, watch all the well-intended BAs, MAs, and PhDs of the Indigenous float helpless in the yellowish rhetoric of one gold mine. Prison, sitting there in the freshness of new poverty, the hunger all see these degrees serving only I, me, mine. And the last one we're going to read is a poem I wrote, kind of my own personal plight, growing up here, getting involved on the wrong side of the street, and living that life and then turning it around, coming back to the res, a different individual, and trying to help people get there as well. It's called American Indian. And into the darkness I walk, seeking the sacrifice that has to happen in order to continue forward. I look back at the escaping light of my path, and there was no fear in my heart. The crisp, empty loneliness and caves of darkness, so that I will clearly see. So I see clearly, and I am consumed in perfection to unlock the limits of your existence. In this demise, I hear the cheers of my people, those who died fighting, those who died walking, those who died of broken hearts, and those who had to die so that we could live today, and also those who lived in the connection of peace and beauty before the foreign footprints. The emotional cheers told me to be strong, to endure. They told me that I would walk in shame and guilt and then in self-pity, for one day I would become the American Indian. They told me that in that time I would hurt my own people, that I would become a drunk, an addict, and that I would dishonor my ancestors completely. They said that I would be a begging slave who lost his tongue, and that I would be raped of almost everything dear to me. I must endure. I stood in the darkness with clear vision, listening to my fallen tears and the tears of those before me. I was told that these tears would lead me through this time, and that I would change the American Indian I have become. I must endure. From the darkness I walk into the light, and I am here, not to satisfy you, but to promise all life the laughter of native children in a time beyond this world. I am the American Indian, and I have come too far to follow foreign footprints away from myself anymore. The American Indian is more than the limits of European ideology and religion. I am responsible for my connection to Mother Earth, to our connection to Mother Earth. I must endure, I will endure. Thank you.